Hello, this is Titanosaurus Productions, and welcome to Ultraseven Saturday, where I review an episode of Ultraseven. Today's episode is Secret of the Lake. Now, the plot of this episode is where a spaceship lands near a lake. There's two female aliens on there, and they put the tadpole of a monster into the lake, and it turns into a giant monster called Elking. And Ultraseven has to stop it. And also the Ultra Guard has to take on the aliens. Overall, this episode is pretty good. First of all, the monster Elking is a great monster, and the capsule monster Miklas appears in this episode, and he looks really funny. He's one of my favorite Ultra monsters. Not just because of that, but also he's just a really fun character to watch fight, and I like his design. And overall, this is a pretty good episode, with the first true giant monster of the series, and I really enjoyed it because of that. And not the Science Patrol, that's Ultraman, the Ultra Guard is really good in this episode. Okay, they're normal selves, nothing too interesting, but it's pretty good. And Elking's abilities are really cool to see in action. Like when he wraps his tail around someone, they get electrocuted, and it's really cool. One of my favorite abilities from an Ultraman monster. And yeah, if you haven't seen this episode already, you should check it out. I'll put the link to the fight scene in the description below, so you can go see it. And also, I just want to point out how crazy and over-the-top Elking's death is before we end off this video. Ultraseven cuts his head off with the crest on his head, and a bunch of blood spouts out of his head like a fountain, and then he explodes for some reason. But yeah, that's all for this episode. Goodbye.